It's time for Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights. Presented by Protection One Security Solutions. Now, here's Don Harris.
You are looking live at Gustafson Stadium in San Antonio, Texas, where the playoffs are coming. We're getting down to the end of the regular season. Tonight on Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights, it's the Holmes Huskies against the Taft Raiders. Good evening, everybody. I'm Don Harris along with Chuck Mikatinik. And Chuck, when you talk about Holmes and Taft, you take a look, and this is basically win or go home as we get through some complicated math to look at the playoffs.
Well, Don, you know, we've gone 10 weeks into this season, and all you can ask for is a chance to extend your season. That's essentially what this game is tonight. The winner is going to have a chance to play Warren next week, and then the winner of that game is going to get to make the playoffs. So a huge game for both of these teams. Playoffs still a couple of weeks away. Not really. They start tonight with these two.
Let's introduce you to a couple of guys to keep your eyes on tonight. First with the Holmes Huskies, their running back, number 3, DeQuarian Haney.
Well, this is a young man they're going to be counting on a lot tonight. Just a sophomore, but you know, Holmes likes to run the football, and DQ is going to have his hands on the ball a lot tonight. 6 touchdowns on the year.
Their leading receiver is John Duhan, but he'll be playing defensive back tonight with a cast on his arm. Gonna play even though he's hurt. A great leader of this team.
Well, he did play wide receiver this year, broke his wrist. The good news for Holmes is that he cut his teeth on the defensive side of the ball his sophomore and junior years. So because his inability to catch the ball with that big cast on his hand, they're going to move him back to the defensive side tonight because they need his ability to make plays on that side of the ball, even if they can't have him on offense.
As for the Taft Raiders, they like to put it in the air. Their quarterback, Jace Hurt, has thrown for 1,200 yards.
He's done a really nice job on both sides of the ball in terms of throwing it and running it. I mean, you look at the completion percentage, it's very good. The TD to interception ratio, also very good. He's also given them 3 touchdowns on the ground, so he's a little bit of a dual threat there.
As for the running game, one of their running backs, Stevenson, is injured, but they have replaced him with KJ Stevens, and he's done a great job.
He really has, and I mean, this is a young man, Don, that missed the first 5 games of the season with illness, so as you look at those numbers, almost 400 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns, he's done that in 3 ball games, so this kid is special. I know Taft is glad to have him back, and you can expect to see his hands on the ball a lot tonight.
Mike Hernandez is down on the sideline, and he is our game time, ASCO game time weather. Mike?
Yeah, it's looking pretty good out here today, this evening. Actually, we're seeing partly cloudy skies right now. The winds are light, and they're out of the east and southeast. And even though it hit the middle 80s today, I think we're going to spend most of the evening in the 70s. So it should be very, very pleasant. And again, as always, a great night to play football. No matter what's going on outside, it's always great to play football on Thursday night.
It's going to be fun. Holmes and Taft. The winner stays alive for the playoffs. When we come back, we'll have our Church's Chicken keys to the game on Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights.
Closed captioning of tonight's game is brought to you by Rodriguez Butcher Supply.
Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium. It is Holmes and Taft tonight, and as we have said a couple of different times, a huge game for the playoff standings. Both teams will have one more game next week, but the winner of this game will have a play-in game against Warren. And right now it's time for our keys to the game. First, Chuck, the Holmes Huskies.
Well, you know, Don, Eddie Salas' crew worked all week on executing better on both sides of the football. So they want to be better at that tonight, executing. Secondly, they want to eliminate turnovers. And then lastly, hey, the last time the Holmes Huskies had a 5-win season was way back in 2001. So play with absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Here's Coach Eddie Salas. We asked him if his kids were ready.
Yeah, well, I can tell you this. You know, Monday we get out to practice after school, and you have a few kids always kind of in the back end, and where they're a few minutes late. And I tell you, on Monday when they all arrived, they were all 5 minutes early. So I said, hey, let's get started. We're ready to go. So that's a good sign for us, absolutely.
All right, Chuck, as for the keys for the Taft Raiders and Brian Davenport?
Well, they want to control the line of scrimmage, actually on both sides of the ball if they can. They've been working on their tackling lately. They want to be sound at that tonight. They also want to be sound in the kicking game because it has been a problem sporadically throughout the season.
Here's Coach Brian Davenport.
Well, you know, they do have some weapons, and they're well coached. Coach Salas and his staff doing a good job. We've got to contain those guys a little bit and not give up big plays and try to get off the field on third down defensively.
We love games where the stakes are high. They can't be any higher than for these two teams tonight. Holmes and Taft coming up live from Gus next. Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium. We are ready for our national anthem. Let's turn it over to our public address announcer, Lou Caluza.
Now entering the field is the color guard from the Texas 882nd Air Force Junior ROTC from William Howard High School. Commanding and carrying the American flag, Cadet First Lieutenant Dan Michael Pantai. Carrying the Texas flag, Cadet Master Sergeant George Navarrete.
The American Guard, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jacob Garcia. The Texas Guard, Cadet Captain Emmett Pickett. This time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats to honor America and the men and women serving in our armed forces throughout the world. The national anthem seating will be played by the William Howard Cavalry High School Marching Band under the direction of Amanda Stevenson.
Great job by the Taft Band, our national anthem, and we are now getting closer to kicking it off here at Gustafson Stadium. Chuck, don't get much bigger than this when your coach tells you you're going to win and you keep playing, have a chance to go to the playoffs. You lose, you're playing out the string next week.
You know, it's always fun when you get a chance to really start the playoffs before the playoffs even begin. So obviously a lot at stake tonight for both of these teams. And as we understand it, should Holmes lose this game, they'll play Jay next week to kind of round out the schedule. So they don't want to do it. Both of these teams want to have a chance to make next week's game even bigger with the Warren Warriors waiting.
All right, so our referee crew meeting at midfield as you look at Eddie Salas and Brian Davenport. Last year's meeting, Taft won by a score of 28-12. They didn't meet until, they don't play every year. They played in 2013. There's Gerald Green. He gets more airtime than Chuck McIntyre. Gerald Green, our official again this week. He's on almost every Thursday night. The rest of his crew, the umpire is Jared Higdon. The head linesman is Danny Villalobos. The line judge is Robert Bali. The back judge is Gerald Woodruff. The field judge is Eric Smith. And the side judge is Brad Markham. All right, so the Holmes Huskies will kick it off, and Taft back to receive. Look out for KJ Stevens. He is a dangerous one wearing number 4. Tonight's first half kickoff is sponsored by America's Diamond as we're ready to get underway. Doing the kicking for the Holmes Huskies is Brian Gonzalez. Adair Nunez handles their field goals and their PATs, and he is on the field right now to kick off as well. Gonzalez normally handles the kick, but they run Adair Nunez out there with Stevens, the lone setback, standing at his 5-yard line.
Of course, this is our second chance to look at Holmes this year on Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights. They beat Harlandale back in September, and it'll be our first look at the Taft Raiders.
All right, so Nunez will just kind of pop it up to the outside. It's taken there and drilled right there at the 29-yard line, the Taft Raiders, and Ethan Ramirez came up to make a nice big hit on the special teams play. And so the Taft Raiders will take over right at their own 30-yard line. The Raiders are led by their quarterback, Jace Hurt. As you can see, he's thrown for over 1,000 yards tonight. KJ Stevens will be his tailback, and he is the guy that they will feature. Justin Stevenson, their leading rusher, has run for over 700 yards, but he is out tonight. And we talked about Duhan playing defense for Holmes, normally their leading receiver. First down and 10 for the Raiders. There's a hand to Stevens. Flag flies from the umpire. On the first play, we have a penalty as Mason Meffert makes the tackle on KJ Stevens. It was Duhan on the tackle, but let's see what the flag's about. And if you can read lips, that's a chop block on the offense. 15-yard penalty, still first down. As we take a look at our starting lineups, Byron Aldonza, Jacob Escalante is the center. Big right tackle is David Ariano. KJ Stevens, the man to watch. Julian De Hoyos is a very dangerous running back, and Michael Cooper is their leading receiver. He wears number 3. He's got over 570 yards, 5 touchdowns on the season, and he's been selected to play in our San Antonio Sports All-Star game presented by HEB. They line up James Brooks on the bottom of your screen, but they hand to Stevens. He's trying to get outside, turns on the Jets, and has a nice gain after that penalty to get most of that yardage back as Anthony Mata pushed him out of bounds. 20-yard gain.
Yeah, great run here by Stevens. This is an all-district performer from last year, and as we said at the onset, missed the first 5 games of the season with an illness. I'm really glad to have this young man back. He can really tote the rock.
Brian Davenport sending the play in with Jace Hurt. It'll be second down and 5 after that big chop block penalty on first down. Hurt. Again, it's Stevens, and Duhan was right there to stand him up. Stevens wins the battle going forward for about 3. It's going to be third down and a long 1, maybe 2 yards as we look at the Holmes defense. Robert Perez leads that front 4. Devon Frazier, the middle linebacker, and John Duhan already has himself 2 tackles on the night. Number 22 wearing a cast on his arm.
That's a veteran group on that side of the ball for the Holmes Huskies. They rode this unit early in the year till the offense kind of got its feet wet. And Holmes has put themselves in a nice position here to try to extend their season.
Hurt tries to go forward for the first down on the sneak. He's got it. And the Taft Raiders, after a 15-yard chop block penalty on first down, pick up a Braceland first down. Thanks to that big run by KJ on second down as you look at Brian Davenport.
Yeah, Coach Davenport told us this week, he goes, you know, the kids are smarter than we are. They know exactly what's at stake at tonight's ball game.
Hurt in the shotgun. It's KJ Stevens again, straight ahead. Good defense by the Holmes Huskies. Robert Perez, the captain, senior, 98, was there. And he got some help from Christian Brewer.
Frazier as well, 33. A whole host of Huskies sticking their hat in on that one, and that's what they're going to have to do. Try to force Taft to become one-dimensional. Try to take away the run game because you know they want to be able to do that first.
Second down and 9 after just a 1-yard pickup by Stevens. He showed Brooks in motion,
Play action. Hurt wants to throw over the middle. Does. Has Stevens. Stevens has some room. Stevens still on his feet. Sorry, James Brooks. Brooks all the way down to the 2-yard line. Ball came out late. Holmes thinks they have it, and they're going to give the football to the Holmes Huskies on a touchback. Christian Brewer was there on the recovery.
Wow, big play begets big play. I thought for a minute that the ball carrier was down. Let's take a look. Good play fake. Jay standing tall in the pocket, finds his receiver there.
And Brooks made a couple of nice moves, but what happens at the end?
Yeah, let's take a look. Yep, there it is. There's the strip. 41 on the play there for Holmes. I'm doing a nice job. Christian Brewer.
And it's not a touchback. It was recovered right on the 1-yard line, but a great punch out by Christian Brewer. Just a fantastic defensive play, never given up, and the Holmes Huskies take over on their own 1-yard line. James Valdez, the quarterback, brings it out. Take a look at the lineups. Valdez picks up a nice gain there, a first down. Gilbert McCluskey makes the tackle.
They're trying to turn Valdez more into a runner. Popped a 70-yarder last week against Brandeis. He was the starter earlier this year. Had a sprained ankle, but he's back in there as the starter.
DeQuarian Haney, number 3, is dangerous. He's got the football right now. He makes a cut and picks up about 4 after the nice little quick pass out to the right side. Jordan Trimble, the linebacker from Taft, on the tackle. Take a look at the starting offense for the Holmes Huskies. Up front, they're led by our all-star game participant, Jay Cruz, number 62, the left tackle. And then the backs and receivers to keep your eye on. Of course, Quintravious Wright is a very long, tall target. Number 6, and Haney is their running back. Valdez scrambling, still on his feet, still churning near the first down marker. He's going to be just short, but a nice pickup by James Valdez. Angel Berganzo makes the tackle, but not after Valdez picks up about 6 or 7. He's got 290 yards rushing and 3 rushing touchdowns on the year. Go quick. He's got the first down, and the Braceland first down chains will move. Adil Moultrie on the tackle.
See Holmes trying to go tempo here as we look at Valdez's numbers. It's going to be an interesting proposition tonight watching this young man play the quarterback position, because he's got some experience and they're learning how to get the most out of him at that spot as we move on week to week.
First down, Haney in motion. They get it to him. He's got speed. He gets down the sideline, picks up about 8. Berganzo there again on the tackle. I'd like to thank the University of the Incarnate Word for tonight's Smile Cam. Earn a degree of difference at the University of the Incarnate Word. Second down and 3. Haney has it straight up the middle. Picks up the first down before he's brought down by Carlos Perdomo. Take a look at that Taft defense. Up front, they're led by their captain, number 99, T.J. Wright. Adam Ruth is an all-district performer. And then you see the the defensive backs, Chance Kane, Malik Randolph, McCluskey, and Brooks. Brooks also playing receiver as a flag flies here on first down. Valdez picked up a couple, but there was movement up front. Offsides on the defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, go ahead, Don. I'm sorry.
Apologize for Gerald Green's mic tonight, but we do a good job of reading lips.
As you take a look at head coach Eddie Salas for Holmes, he talked about the pep and the step that all the Holmes Huskies had. You know, it's been over 15 years since the last time these guys made the playoffs, and they put in a lot of new wrinkles this week, and the kids were really excited to kind of open up the playbook tonight. We're going to see a lot of this and a little of that and a little bit of everything from the Holmes Huskies as see the quarterback take off and pick up another first down. But There's so much to play for these Holmes Huskies, and they really felt like last year, Don, they lost an overtime game to Clark. It cost them a chance to get into the play-in game, and I think they've had a little bit of chip on their shoulder from last year. We'll see what the penalty is.
Illegal block in the back. Off field. 10-yard penalty. First down.
All right, that really hurts the Holmes momentum as they were moving down the field. A block in the back on Eddie Salas' squad. So that'll set up first down and 13. New set of downs for Valdez, who done a good job tonight finding open space. He's a good runner at quarterback. Sends Haney out to the right. He's got 5 wides, called quarterback draw, and the Taft defense there to eat it up. Adam Ruth, their first team all-district linebacker from a year ago, there to make the tackle.
Like the Taft fellas have been watching tape from last week's game, and they know what Holmes is going to want to do on a lot of these plays. Design quarterback draw, and a lot of guys filling the gaps there to make plays and get some hats to the party there. Adam Ruth, of course, leading the way.
All right, so it's second down and 12 after just a gain of 1. Valdez will send 3 receivers to his left. Haney in the backfield with him. It's play action, looks right. Has Quintravious right. He tried to make another one-handed grab, and it was just incomplete. I don't know if you saw the catch that this kid made earlier in the year. It was our TNL play of the week. Just an amazing one-handed grab, and he's a special athlete. Tried to bring that one in one-handed, just couldn't quite bring it in.
And quite the target, 6'5", 215 pounds. We talked about it the last time we had the Holmes Huskies. This young man transferred from Fort Worth Lakeview, and they were glad he showed up on campus just before school started.
They may look his way here. Third down, 12 for the Huskies. Valdez fires, nearly picked off and then nearly caught by Haney. Good coverage by the Taft defense. Chance Kane over there making a play. And so Holmes will have to punt it away.
Taft deciding to drop everybody back in coverage, only rushed 3 guys that time. Lots of DBs back there, and really not a whole lot of windows to throw through on that one.
Wright will also be the punter. He's a fantastic wide receiver and handles their kicking duties. Jordan Trimble, the linebacker, drops back to return the punt, standing right at about his own 28-yard line. Wright's kick is right at him. Trimble's going to let it bounce, and this is going to be a good one for the Huskies if it'll check up. It's down to the 2-yard line, and a great play by the Holmes defense and a fantastic kick, 64 yards from Quintravious Wright. Cipriano Sierra down there to down it. So Taft will have tough field position when we come back. It's scoreless here at Gustafson Stadium.
Hey, welcome back, guys. We're going to get you to the game here in just a second. Looks like there's a little break in the action. I'm joined by Church's Chickens' Victoria Vela. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
You guys have had a big week. The last couple of weeks have been pretty cool with this partnership you have going, Churches and Via, and you had another one this week. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we partnered up with Via. We've been all around town, and we want to get you there, too. So we're doing a weekly giveaway. Working together with our local partners, we put together family fun packs and free meals.
So every Wednesday, you guys pick a winner, and you had a winner yesterday. What did they get?
Yeah, so this past winner got a family fun pack to SeaWorld.
All right. And they have all that spooky stuff going on there.
Yeah,
right now. That's
great timing.
All right, now this goes on till what, December 14th? Is there any purchase necessary?
No purchase necessary, and you enter to win by following us on Facebook or going to churchesgiveaway.com.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, definitely.
Season's almost over. I can't believe the season's almost over. This has been a super fast season. Thank you, Victoria. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. It's never been more appropriate, Chuck. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Right there. Take us to SeaWorld, though. That's pretty cool. Nice pickup there. Devon Frazier finally bringing down KJ Stevens.
We talked about this Taft team, Don. You know, all their losses this year have come against top 10 teams. So you can't go to sleep on these guys. They're dangerous.
Here's KJ again on first down, runs hard, runs tough. All the way down to the 25-yard line before John Duhan brings him down. John Duhan, as we've talked about, wearing a cast, just a fantastic player. You got two of the best players in the district going one-on-one here, and KJ wins the battle with about 4 Holmes Huskies on that play.
Yeah, you can't say enough about a guy who's out there playing with a broken bone in his arm, trying to help his team get to a place it hasn't been to in quite some time.
Michael Cooper at the top of your screen, as Hurt keeps and spins across the 30 for a first down, a Braceland first down for the Taft Raiders.
We talk about that kind of thing, Don, where you have a player out there and a leader that the kids all look to, and they feed off of that kind of thing. You know, you got a guy that's out there laying it all out, trying to help his squad and his school get to the postseason. I mean, that's big league stuff right there.
He's also got quite the cheering section, Jace Hurt. He's got about, I don't know, 15 people in the stands wearing his jersey. I think mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, cousins, uncles,
the ladies,
everybody there is. Maybe his girlfriend wearing a Hurt shirt.
Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Called that one on the offense. Back him up. First and 15, Brian Davenport. Resetting his guys. Here we go. First and 15 for the Raiders. James Brooks, who had that long completion at the bottom of your screen. Michael Cooper up top. They're looking for Cooper down the sidelines. He has his man beat by 5 yards. Ball did not quite get there in time as Cipriano Sierra closed the gap pretty nicely at the end of that play. Boy, but tell you what, Michael Cooper had him beat if the ball would have just gotten there earlier.
Yeah, Jace Hurd had to just basically fling this thing and get it out, which he did. Really nice spiral, but Cipriano, my goodness, does the young man have eyes in the back of his head? Never turned around, didn't need to. Probably was watching the eyes of the wide receiver, got his hand up, made the play on the football. Nice job.
All right, so we had a penalty on the play against Taft, but they declined it, did Holmes, so it's second down.
And again, good pressure by the Holmes Huskies. They're very veteran along the defensive line and with their linebackers, and they've got some guys that can really get after you on that side of the football.
Here's Hurt to KJ Stevens, trying to get outside and can't as Ethan Ramirez came up from his linebacker spot and made a nice play to slow him down.
Yeah, he sure did, because you know Taft is going to want to run a lot to the left side of the line of scrimmage because they've got a senior-laden side of the line on that side. Byron Aldana, Fred Perez, and Jacob Escalante. Some big boys over there on the left side for Taft, and you know, you add that with the running ability of KJ Stevens, and more often than not, it's going to pose some problems for the opposing defense.
All right, third down now for Hurt. He fires to the near side. It's caught. Doing a nice job going straight ahead is De Hoyos, but it's not going to be enough for a first down, and you would think they'd punt it away here. Duhan again on the tackle.
Yeah, Jace Hurt pleading with the sideline to go for it, but about all he could do. Just find the soft spot, pick up some yards, and give your punter more room to punt. Holmes doing a really nice job with their back line of protection. They had 4 or 5 guys back there protecting the stick.
All right, so De Hoyos will be your punter, and Duquarian Haney will be back there to return it. See if they'll give him a chance. It's right at the Haney. He's going to let it bounce and roll inside the 15 all the way down to the 11-yard line. So another good punt. This one a 50-yarder. And Taft will have it when we come back. I mean, Holmes will have it when we come back. With scoreless here at Gus.
Daniel Lugo, he's the Holmes band director. How you doing? Good to see you again.
Very good. It's great day to be a Husky.
Yeah, it is, and they're playing their hearts out over there. Now, you guys on the band side, y'all had a big competition this past weekend, right?
Yes, 2 weekends ago, we had our yo-yo competition at Ferris, and we got straight first division. So we'll be competing this Saturday at Ferris for area on our chance to go to state.
Wow.
Yes, it's such an exciting time on campus, with our football team and with our band as well.
So 24 bands are going to be showing up, and they're picking
Four. At the end of the night, 4 bands will be certified to the state marching contest.
And that's open to the public, right?
It's open to the public. It's a $5 charge, but anybody can go. There's music.
Saturday at Ferris. And we're going to be seeing that
right
at halftime. What you guys are going to be performing.
You will see our halftime show, and you'll see us play Glamorous for our dance team as well.
All right, well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your success.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Mike. DeCorian Haney on first down. Picks up about 8. It'll be second down and 2 for the Huskies. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter in a good defensive battle. Holmes coming up with a huge play after it looked like Taft was going to score. Punch out fumble. And then the defense has settled down here. It looks like that's Quintravious Wright at quarterback. Fighting for yardage, but going nowhere. Jordan Trimble was there, as was TJ Wright.
A little bit of a different wrinkle. We talked about that. Eddie Salas said he was going to put in some gadget plays this week and do all kinds of things to kind of junk it up and maybe show Taft some things that they hadn't seen all year. Again, nothing to lose. They put themselves in a great spot. I know it's been a tough couple of weeks for them against 2 of the bigger hosses in the district, Brennan and Brandeis, but had a pretty good showing last week despite their loss to Brandeis. They had 300 yards of offense almost by halftime.
Haney on 3rd and 2 picks up enough for a first down. That'll move the sticks. It'll be a Braceland first down as Adam Ruth makes the tackle. We want to remind you to vote for our San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge, brought to you by CPS Energy. You can vote now. One of 4 cheer squads will be selected to perform at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl and the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. Quarterback draw all the way. Nice pickup as Adam Ruth makes another tackle. We're going to call his name a lot tonight. But again, James Valdez, I think, has the freedom when he sees that to just go with what he's got.
Yeah, and there were 2 linebackers right there spying him, and Valdez just simply was too quick getting to where he needed to get to. And, it's one of those, you see the look and you're thinking, okay, this probably isn't going to work, but sometimes you got to match run with what you see, and they were able to do that and pick up a nice game.
Second down and 1, likely the last play of the quarter if they run it. The play clock has been turned off, so they're just going to tick this off, and we're going to be at the end of 1, tied up at 0-0. Valdez happy to let it tick and change into the field. When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 1 for the Holmes Huskies. A scoreless tie at Gustafson Stadium. We're right back on Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights. And we're back at Gustafson Stadium. It's the beginning of the second quarter. Take a look at the first quarter stats. All even, just like the scoreboard, Chuck.
Yeah, and the only thing keeping this game scoreless is 41 Christian Brewer of the Holmes Huskies with that huge strip, stopping Taft from getting in the end zone.
Oh, pump and go down the right sideline, incomplete as Jake Lee was the intended receiver. Chance Kane with pretty good coverage as Valdez let it fly. I like that call on 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, with as much as Holmes likes to run the football, you're going to be able to probably take some shots at some point down the field because Taft is having to commit extra guys to stop the run. So, at least show them, give them a look that you're willing to take a shot downfield.
So now it's 3rd down and 1, and they can pretty much stick to what they like to do. It's going to be Valdez all the way on that quarterback keeper. He gets the first down and pushed back, but forward momentum will move the sticks. Adam Ruth again on the tackle, and that will be a prompt to immediate care first down. TJ Wright also there.
Just feels like the kind of game, Don, doesn't it, where You just feel like the first team to make a big mistake is really going to be, one of those things that gets the momentum going for the other team. So both teams, you could see Holmes doing a really nice job on these drives with ball control and executing their offense. They really tried to concentrate on that this week.
Little communication issue going on with Haney and Valdez as they send receiver in motion. Fire it out to the left side. It was incomplete, intended for Quintravious Wright. That one just didn't look right from the get-go.
Well, Jordan Trimble was over there, number 9, blitzing from the right side, and they were trying to do a little wide receiver screen over to the left, but kind of hard to throw when 9 was blitzing, and it's a tough guy to throw through. It really disrupted things from the onset. Take a look. There he is. Big guy right in your face. He got a piece.
He sure did. Second down and 10. As they run Haney. He's slung down. Did the ball come out? No. Trimble made the tackle, but Valdez keep that the whole time? Boy, he faked me out. I thought Haney had it the whole way.
Yeah,
what a fake.
Threw me off, too. Let's take a look.
I'm with Haney the whole way there.
No, he did.
He's got it. Okay,
Coughed it up.
I thought I was going crazy. I'm glad to see that's how it turned out. Third down and 3. They check the play with the sideline. Taft DB sure giving Wright a lot of space. Blitz coming right up the middle. Haney picks it up. Valdez scrambles, flags fly, gets back to the line of scrimmage. They don't get the first down, but I wonder if the blitzer was offsides.
Either that or he was held. The pressure was coming right up the middle.
Here's Gerald Green.
Chop block. Offense. 15-yard penalty. Third down.
Well, another chop block. And as you've said all year, Chuck, they are cracking down on this.
Yeah, at every level, and rightfully so. Been so many rule changes to protect quarterbacks, receivers. You finally put in a lot of different things to protect the big boys up front, and you got to like it.
And it's been declined by Brian Davenport, so that'll mean it'll be 4th down and about 5, but Holmes won't risk it. They'll send out their punting unit. And coming up tonight, after Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights, is more great programming on the CW35. We got DC's Legends of Tomorrow and the Supernatural. That's all coming up after Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights.
Now, the punting game for both teams has been very important. I mean, both of these punters have done a really nice job flipping field positions early in this football game.
I'll tell you what, 64 and 50 yards is Quintravious Wright. We'll kick it away to KJ Stevens, who stands back on his 22-yard line. High snap, Wright gets it away. Another good one depending on the bounce. We'll roll down right at about the 20-yard line, and that's where the Taft Raiders will have it. As they'll get it with 9:45 to go in the second quarter. Still no score. Win or go home. Holmes and Taft on the CW35.
All right, so 9:45 left in the second. Still no score. I'm joined by Amanda Stevenson, for the Taft Band Director. How you doing? Good to see you again.
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So likewise, you all had the big UIL competition a couple of weeks ago.
We did. The kids did really well, straight ones from all the judges, so we're moving on this weekend.
So the big deal is that they have to get 1s or 2s, right?
Correct, yeah. You're trying to get for those ones to advance you to the next level, which is area marching contest, and that's where we're headed this weekend.
Well, just looking at them, you see behind them, they look sharp. Love those uniforms. They look great.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to be seeing the halftime performance as well.
We are tonight. It's called, the show is called Rise. It's pretty much a man versus machine kind of show, so lots of fun, and we're looking forward to it.
Well, good luck tonight, and good luck at the competition this weekend. All right.
Thanks, Mike. Big time play by KJ Stevens, 24 yards and a impromptu immediate care first down.
Yeah, really good play here. 44, Miguel Leza doing a really good job making KJ try to cut the ball back inside. That's exactly what he did. There was just nobody there to bring down the ball carrier.
I really like his bunch of different times tonight with KJ. You just see him continuing to have leg churn through contact. In fact, the more contact there is, the more active his legs pump. Here he is again on first down.
Oh, what a play. 31.
Ethan Ramirez, nice job coming up to make the tackle, going low. Loss on the play.
And you can see, you know, these Holmes kids are really well coached. I mean, this is just, you know, look at him just holding the edge and then, oh man, shucking his tackler or his blocker and then making the tackle. What an outstanding play.
That'll set up 2nd down and 12 for Taft.
I mean, Christian Brewer also in there to help. They'll bring a lot of guys to the party if you want to get KJ down on the ground. Usually impossible to do with just one guy, although 31 making it look a lot easier than it probably is.
Hurt on a roll. Gonna keep. Hurt right at the stick, brought down. We'll see where they spotted it. John Duhan again on the tackle. Looked like they might have been called for illegal formation or movement, but no flags as they got it off clean, and Hurt did a great job to pick up the first. Another prompt to immediate care first down.
Yeah, you know, he extended the play as long as he could. You know, he probably had his option there, whether he could throw it or run it, decided to keep it safe and did a really nice job moving the ball downfield with his feet and picking up the first.
This is the first play run by either team on the opponent's side of the field as they go deep, and it's caught, and it's a touchdown from Michael Cooper. 6-0 Raiders on a perfect strike from Hurt.
Well, what a veteran move by Michael Cooper and a super throw by Jace Hurt, who laid it right in there. We'll watch on the replay. He did a nice job creating just a smidge of separation with his right hand at the last second. And that's the difference between making a catch and not. Outstanding play on both ends. Great throw, great catch, and a huge play for Taft as they get on the board first.
Carlos Moreno to add the extra point. It is up, and it is good, and the Taft Raiders have a 7-0 lead. So Taft strikes first in this winner go-home game. Holmes will have their chance to answer when we come back. Michael Cooper all smiles after a 45-yard touchdown to put Taft on top, capping off a 4-play, 79-yard drive as we throw it down to Mike Hernandez, who's got a very special guest.
Yeah, I'm joined by Riley Walker from San Antonio Sports. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Okay, so you got the All-Star game. I want to talk about that and kind of what's coming with that. But you also have the Cheer Challenge that's cooking right now, and that's starting to heat up a lot, right?
Oh, absolutely. We are in week 2 of the voting, so all your favorite high schools are up for grabs. Be sure to vote online by going to sanantoniosports.org/cheer.
Right. So you still have to win.
You have till December 4th, so there's a few weeks left. Top 2 cheer teams get a chance to cheer on national television.
Wow. Okay, and speaking of the game, there's some differences from, say, last year's game that from this. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're making lots of changes. So for starters, we actually increased representation from the high schools. So we're at 60 high schools this year in the All-Star game, 110 athletes, which is more than last year. Not to mention we partnered with VIA, so you'll be able to get free transportation at local VIA spots. And we bumped down our ticket price. So we've gone from a $30 ticket down to a $20 2 games for 1 ticket. Couldn't ask for much better, right?
Oh, no, that's great. We appreciate that. Good luck. And again, you keep us updated on the Cheer Challenge and everything that's cooking with the All-Star game. Can't wait for that. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Mike. Another pooch kick from Taft. And you see the players that will be represented from this game, Jay Cruz from Holmes, and the guy who just scored that touchdown, Michael Cooper, will be a wide receiver in that All-Star game, along with his offensive lineman, Byron Aldana. First down and 10 for the Huskies. As DeQuarian Haney has it, trying to get all the way to the corner, and cuts it up all the way to the 45. You can see that burst late there. Nice speed as Adam Ruth makes the tackle.
Yeah, really good patient running, even though he was going at top speed. He was waiting for some holes to open up on the second line of defense. Thought about cutting it up right there, but popped it outside and then cut it back inside and picked up the first down.
Haney again, this time going left. And TJ Wright was there. Adam Ruth was there as well. Boy, I tell you what, 28 is all over this football field. Left side, right side, up the middle. Quarterback keeps. I think he's got 6 tackles, and we're halfway through the second quarter.
You can tell, Don, there's so much at stake for both of these programs. I mean, it's been since 2007, since Taft was in the playoffs.
Straight keep on the quarterback. Keeper that time. As Valdez keeps again. Gilbert McCluskey on the tackle.
Coach Davenport of Taft was telling us earlier this week that, well, he's really been blessed with this group for the last 3 years. I mean, he talked about his kids, about how coachable they are, the class that they play with, and the character that they have. I mean, he could not say enough good things about his kids.
Straight fly route. He's got a man, and boy, Lorenzo Lozano did his best to draw it in. James Brooks was covering him, and just a straight fly route down the sideline. That'll set up 4th down, but we're at midfield, and right now no sign. Okay, here they come. The Huskies special teams unit will come on, and Quintravious Wright will punt it away.
Yeah, it's just a tough play to make if you're the wide receiver. If that ball was thrown more towards his left side, he's probably going to have a better chance to catch that football. But you know, you're running down the sideline, it's thrown over your right shoulder. You're trying to look for the ball, A, catch the ball, B, and then C, you know, try to get your feet in bounds.
Jordan Trimble back. Right kick on, nearly blocked. But again, it's another good one. It's going to bounce all the way into the end zone. Boy, he's got a nice way of keeping it short and hoping that it dies. Got lucky the first time. That one just took a different kind of hop, and so it'll be a touchback.
Yeah, we were watching him during pregame, and he was knocking him straight and really with a nice spiral, too. So he might have a
punting future.
That's exactly right. If the wide receiver thing doesn't work out, which I'm sure it will.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Taft will have the football.
Who is Vulcan Materials Company? You see our trucks on roads all over San Antonio and the surrounding area. But what do we do? Well, our story began over 100 years ago, and today we are the nation's largest producer of aggregates. That's stone, sand, and gravel. Plus, we produce construction-based materials including asphalt and ready-mixed concrete, the stuff to build the roads you travel, the schools your kids attend, and the homes you live in. Everywhere you look, you will see our footprint. Our story is one built on the talent, dedication, and performance of our employees. Hardworking San Antonians just like you. Our mission is to be responsible stewards with respect to the safety and environmental impact of our operations and products. In other words, we want to be your good neighbor, doing the right thing, the right way, all the time. The Vulcan way. Who are we? We're the ones helping to build a rock-solid future in San Antonio. Vulcan Materials Company, proud sponsor of Thursday Night Lights and Scholar Athletes.
Well, we got a good football game going on at Gustafson Stadium. Brian Davenport's Taft Raiders have a 7-0 lead on a 45-yard catch by Michael Cooper, and they've got the football back after stopping Holmes right at midfield. Good field position for both teams. Defensively, keeping the other team in their own end. Mason Mefford, the nose tackle, making the tackle. There's only been one play in this entire football game snapped in the other team's territory, and that went for a touchdown.
Yeah, field position has been key tonight. It's one of the reasons why the score is what it is. A really nice play there by the Holmes defensive line. And you talk about what's at stake for these kids. You know, a lot of these guys that are seniors were on that group that was 1-9 not that long ago. So the point, they come a long way.
Handoff right up the middle on 2nd down. Going to pick up about 2. KJ Stevens on the carry.
Yeah, your man Mefford in there again. 94 is blowing some stuff up early in there.
Defenses have both played well. Defensive lines have won the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Corey Williams, too, 95.
We'll go with 4 wides. Cooper's in the slot at the top of your screen. Third down and 5. Blitz coming off the edge. Instead, they'll pitch it to Stevens. Lowers his head, and I think he might just be short. He's going to be spotted just shy of the 30. The first down stick looks to be on the other side of it, but Gerald Green turns to the chain crew and tells them, move them, first down.
Wow, I thought they got there too, but these refs do an amazing job week in and week out. I thought really a great job by Holmes there, stringing that out and really getting 2 or 3 guys to the ball carrier.
It's a prompt to immediate care first down. Jace Hurt, KJ Stevens with the football. Tripped up after a pickup of about 2. Christian Brewer there on the tackle.
They did a really nice job slicing through the gaps there, making that really hard for KJ to get going on that particular run.
Counting down inside of 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Taft with a 7-0 lead, and they single Michael Cooper up at the bottom of your screen again. One-on-one coverage. We'll see if they look to go to him. Instead, they hand to KJ, and he's going nowhere. Good defense again by the Holmes Huskies up front. Mason Meffert was there, as was Christian Brewer. Good defensive stand, 3rd down and 10.
These guys are having themselves a game, aren't they? I mean, Brewer's been all over the field. I mean, seeing everything, and you can't say enough about that strip sack, too. You know, a lot of guys give up on that play. You're a linebacker coming from behind and, you know, never stop playing football. End up forcing a fumble and getting a big play for his team early.
Speaking of big plays, this is one for Taft right here on 3rd down and 10. Blitz coming up the middle. Hurt in trouble. Tries to get out of it and does. Flag flies. May have gotten his face mask there. Hurt scrambles, and I think he got the first down. But in the pursuit of Hurt in the backfield, I think they may have inadvertently grabbed his face mask. Either way, it appears it's going to be a Taft first down.
Personal foul, face mask, deep, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And your eyes are pretty good there, partner. All I know is that, man, Holmes had this kid dead to right. And there you see the face mask, inadvertent as it though it may be. Man, just Jace Hurt, that's a backbreaker right there. You got these guys backed up. It's 3rd and long, and you know, we talked about Jace Hurt's ability to put the ball in the air, but he's had over 200 yards rushing the ball this year and also 3 touchdowns, so he can beat you with his feet when he has to, and that was just a huge play by that young man right there.
All right, so new set of downs, a prompt to immediate care first down for Hurt. Booting out to this side, wants to fire it, does over the middle, and it's caught. Nice pickup for another first down by Francisco Vasquez, the junior tight end. Mark Sauceda, the strong safety there to bring him down, but again, not before another prompt to immediate care first down.
And a great play by Jace Hurt, rolling to his left and then stopping to try to create a little window in which to throw through. Watch him as he rolls left, little stutter step, finds a clean lane, and then throws a strike there to 81 on the back end.
So, for only the 2nd time in this football game, the Taft Raiders have moved into Holmes territory. Last time they were here, they scored on the first play to Cooper. They're going to give it to KJ Stevens, who spins out of a tackle and gets down to the 30. It's going to be another first down. Miguel Leza was there to make the tackle. The chains will move. And after they do, so will the clock with 2:37 to play.
Well, it all starts up front with John Garza, the right guard, and Jacob Escalante, the senior center. Those guys opening up a cavernous hole right there for KJ to run through.
Brooks and Cooper, the wide receivers. Here's Stevens up off tackle. Stevens wants to run over the safety and does. You know, a lot of running backs will try to put a foot in the ground and make a move. It's almost as if KJ Stevens relished the opportunity to punish somebody.
Yeah, and on the other end is John Duhan, and he's thinking, come on, man, I'm already playing with a broken wrist. Give me a break. Not that kind of break either.
KJ will get a rest. He comes out. David Ariano comes in. And the tailback is Nasser Johnson. And it's Johnson. Gonna lose a yard. Probably had the 20, stutter stepped, and Mason Meffert chased him down for a loss of about 1.
Yeah, Meffert, Williams, Lesa, Robert Perez, 98, all these guys doing a really nice job for the most part, holding up their end of the deal right now.
And now we're gonna have a timeout on the field. Taft will burn one of their 3. 1:19 to play. Taft already leads at 7-0, but Brian Davenport wants to talk this one over, and it gives us time to remind you to stick around for the Cerritos Mexican Restaurant halftime show. We'll have the Holmes Band, the Taft Band, and we'll introduce you to our Vulcan Materials Company Scholar Athletes of the Week. As you know, we'll also tell you how you can vote for one of your favorite bands for our band grant contest. Brought to you by North Carolina Furniture Direct in San Marcos. Band that gets the most votes all year will get a $2,500 grant and a recliner. And there you go. If you want to vote for your favorite team already, you can see the numbers there. You can text those during their performances, and we'll have those again for you later during the show. University of the Incarnate Word bringing us Smile Cam. A lot of pink on the sidelines tonight in breast cancer awareness. University of the Incarnate Word, you can earn a degree of difference. Good to see the student bodies turn out. Had some good crowds this year on Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights.
It's going to be a really interesting rest of the first half to see which side's going to come up with a big play.
It's Hurt all the way, keeping it himself, following his blocker, trying to get outside, does, and dives out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Ethan Ramirez on the tackle, but not before he gets into the Vantage College red zone.
Boy, he had a wall in which to run behind with Brian Aldana and Fred Perez out there pulling over to the right. Those guys got out from the left side and really just like a convoy.
Taft will send Michael Cooper to the very bottom of your screen, far left, single coverage. He's got about 6 inches on the defender. Let's see if they throw the fade to him on first down. They don't. They hand to Stevens. Stevens lunges for the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, KJ Stevens, and Taft leads by 2 touchdowns.
Oh, he had the left side of the line over there pulling on the previous play. This time they just, nothing fancy. Just give it to your man, KJ Stevens, and watch him go. Oh, just some pancake blocks up front, and once he gets to the second line of defense, just does the rest, plows through the arm tackles, and busts through for the end zone.
Carlos Moreno with the extra point, and it's good. 14-0 Taft, 12 plays, and I tell you, the takeaway when you watch this kid, Chuck, is he runs hard.
Yeah, and getting stronger as the season goes along. We talked about the fact that he missed the first 5 games with an illness, and then when he came back, they kind of brought him along slowly as he was getting his strength. But I'll tell you what, he's getting healthy and he's getting stronger at the right time, and Taft is off to a big night so far through the first 1+ quarters of this football game. Up 14-0.
That drive, the longest of the night, 12 plays, 80 yards, went the distance. And Stevens caps it off with a 9-yard run. And Holmes will not have a lot of time to do much with it as we are inside of a minute left in the half.
Well, the good news for them is they've got all 3 of their timeouts. And it'll be interesting to see that if Taft does one of those pooch kicks, maybe they try to return one of them, because they need an explosive play. They need something to get themselves hyped up and see if they can get a big chunk of yardage right here.
Haney and Wright back deep. But the kicks just don't go deep anymore in high school football. Too many dangerous return men. And if it looks familiar, somebody running hard for the Taft Raiders. Hold on a second. We got a flag down. Let's see what Gerald says.
Somebody offsides?
May have been. but does not look like they're gonna pick it up and we're gonna play on. 48 seconds to go in the half. Quick throw. Trying to get outside is Jake Lee, but he's swallowed up by the Taft defender. And we've got 35 seconds to go. 2nd down and 6. Same route. This time it's caught by Lorenzo Lozano, or was that Kieran McCall? It was McCall. And that's going to set up a 3rd down, and they'll stop the clock as I believe Holmes is going to burn the timeout.
Man, you got a chance.
You know, Stevens runs hard, Chuck, and it's not the same jersey number, but it does remind us of Christian Mallard last year. We had Christian Mallard in our All-Star game. The former running back totaled 4,000 yards and 44 touchdowns in his 3 seasons with the Raiders. Played in that All-Star game, was voted the impact player of the game in that game, scoring 3 touchdowns against the very best that San Antonio has to offer. So Taft, very well versed in turning out big-time running backs. And I believe that kid went to the Air Force Academy or service.
Yeah, it was Navy, I think, but I'd have to check because, you know, sometimes these kids switch on us here at the last minute. But, yeah, just a different kind of running back for sure. I mean, my goodness, that guy had size, powerful running, low center of gravity, super athletic.
He was great. Yeah.
Could really lean on that guy to shoulder a lot of your offensive woes, that's for sure.
Our producer, Chris Kopp, is confirming it was an Air Force Academy.
Okay.
First down and 10, 25 seconds to go. Salazar just flinging it out of bounds. Smart play, and that'll leave 20 seconds left. Holmes getting in the area where they could conceivably have a Hail Mary fling down there to Contravious right. He can out-jump anybody out here. I'd almost be tempted to put Michael Cooper in the game on that far side. Cooper is in the game playing safety, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, you could see Taft is rolling a safety to that side, which is obviously very wise.
Straight drop. And that was tipped at the line of scrimmage. That'll set up 3rd down. TJ Wright getting his hand on it. Big number 99. And if Holmes isn't careful here, they give the ball back to Taft with a chance at a Hail Mary.
Well, you got a chance here on 3rd and 10, and I think, you know, with number 6 drawing all the coverage over there, you may want to look somebody else's way because they got single coverage on a couple of these other guys.
And had a lot of time to throw. And Jake Lee did not see that one coming, didn't even turn his head around, and Salazar didn't drop back. That was a very strange play, because normally you will see a quarterback take about a 3-step drop at least. And James Valdez.
Yeah, he was looking for just a quick hitter right there that could get a catch and get out of bounds and, you know, get 5 or 6 yards. But it's tough to do when your receiver's not turning around.
It was so quick on top of it. No drop, and so it's 4th down with 13 seconds to go. And here's how these guys got to this virtual play-in game to play in the play-in game. As you look at the Holmes Huskies, put together 3 consecutive wins early on against Highland Southwest and Harlandale. Then got a district win against Marshall. And then had Murderers Row there back-to-back weeks against Brennan and Brandeis, who will play for the district championship or the zone championship. As for Taft, they too have been kind of up and down. Got a win over Lee early on.
Yeah, but as we said, I mean, look at the schedule. I mean, Wagner was ranked when they lost to them. San Marcos, they beat them. They were a good football team. I mean, all these teams that they lost to at some point have been top 10 teams. So Taft has had a really tough schedule this year.
Tough snap for Wright, who gets it out, spirals it, takes another great bounce for him, and this could roll all the way down to the 1 if they let it. Instead, they down it right at the 2-yard line with 3 seconds to go. It was my bad. Brennan won that zone, and so Brennan will take on O'Connor for the district championship.
You know, you almost need some sort of calculator to help you figure out what goes on in the 28-6A zone. I mean, what's really cool is it makes every game absolutely huge. That's the great thing about it, and it really puts the onus on what you do towards the tail end of the year. As we said, you know, it looks like Jay's going to get the loser of this game, and then the winner is going to move on to play Warren to see who can sneak in and get into the playoffs. But there are just so many good programs in 28-6A, and some of these other teams are just trying to scratch and claw and get their way into the postseason this late.
So that'll be the last play of the half, as Taft is happy just to take a knee. Hurt does that. The Raiders will go into the locker room with a 14-0 lead. Mike Hernandez will hook up with Coach Brian Davenport, who's got to be pleased that his team is on top. Mike, down to you, brother.
Coach, how you doing? First half under your belt. Again, hard fought.
It's a good ball game. You know, both teams are playing well. You know, both teams have had some things hurt them, but both groups are playing really hard and doing a good job at it. So it's an exciting game.
It is a good game. It's solid. Both teams, like you said, are putting their hearts into it. It's a big game. They understand it, too.
Sure it is, and this is what it should be. You know, play it hard, play it right, and let's go see what happens.
All right, go get some rest.
Thank you.
See you later.
All right, thanks, Mike. When we come back, it'll be the Cerritos Mexican Restaurant halftime show. Stick around. The Holmes Band is up first when we come back.
Welcome to the Cerritos Mexican Restaurant halftime show.
I'm here at Gustafson Stadium. It's 14-0 right now. Taft over Holmes. I'm joined by CW insider Caitlin Munoz. Huge weekend for you, Caitlin. It's all about Comic-Con, right?
Absolutely. Comic-Con, come visit us at the booth. We'll be out there tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Lots of opportunities to win cool things from all of our stations. An iPad, an iWatch, a PlayStation, DVD sets from some of our shows.
Oh, I'm showing up. What time?
Well, all day. Just sign up. You just have to sign up to win. I'll be out there Saturday and Sunday, so come say hi. There's a CW panel Sunday, and then Saturday's the Gotham panel. So it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to give away some shirts. This is our cool Flash shirt. Those are going to go quickly, so you got to come and say hi.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff to see.
Yes.
If you've never been to one of these, they're great. People kind of let their hair down and put their costumes on, and it's just a blast.
And I have to shout out to the Raiders because I'm an alumni.
That you are, yeah.
Yeah, they're winning. Go Raiders.
All right, thank you, Caitlin. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. All right, let's listen to the Holmes Husky Band.
Hey, if you'd like to vote for the Holmes High School Band, just text Band 8 to 45203. That's Band 8 without any spaces. For complete texting guidelines, go to CW35.com. Hey, by the way, congratulations. We've received over 50,000 votes for all of our bands. Again, if you like the Holmes Huskies and you want them to receive the band grant, it's Band 8 to 45203. Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium. Here's tonight's Scholar Athletes of the Week, presented by the Vulcans Materials Company.
Our first Scholar Athlete of the Week comes to us from Taft High School and is the captain of the tennis team. Meet Brenton Fries. Now, Brenton's love for tennis started when he was very young and has continued to grow through the years.
Well, in 6th grade, I started playing basketball, and I quickly realized it wasn't the sport for me. 7th grade came, I tried out for the tennis team. I had seen him playing on the courts all throughout 6th grade and was like, I want to try out for that.
His skills also grew, and he made the varsity as a freshman. But this young man is so much more than just a tennis player. He's involved in many community activities, and yet is ranked number 4 in his class with a GPA of 101.54. Now, one of the areas he's gotten involved in deals with the environment.
I joined this club called Environment Club in 11th or 10th grade, and I just joined it because my friends were in it, and I didn't really realize that I would actually gain a passion and kind of environmental awareness.
And he also has a passion for interior design, which he got from his mother, and he hopes to take everything he's learned so far and take it to the next level in college.
I'm planning to either go to Texas Tech or Cornell if I get in. I'm hoping to major in architecture and possibly minor or major in business.
And that's not all. Brenton also became an Eagle Scout this year. Our next Scholar Athlete is Annabelle Carodi, a 3-sport athlete, volleyball, track, and cross country at Holmes High School. But she says volleyball is her favorite.
Actually, we have a lot of seniors on our team, so it's nice to have that relationship with them. I've played with them for more than 1 year, so it's just a fun team to be around, knowing like what jokes we can make at each other and how to react around each other.
And since volleyball season and cross country happened at about the same time, Annabelle stays pretty busy juggling those 2 sports, and yet she still finds time to help others. And of the many things she volunteers her time to, mentoring is one of her favorites.
I know sometimes things don't come naturally to students. Sometimes they have to study and study, and I didn't figure that out till high school, because all throughout middle school it was kind of like just breeze by, but high school you actually have to learn different studying habits and how to make things stick, so just sharing that with other students.
Brenton Fries and Annabelle Carodi, this week's Vulcan Materials Company Scholar Athletes of the Week.
Welcome to the Cerritos Mexican Restaurant Halftime Show.
The Cerritos Mexican Restaurant Halftime Show continues here on Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights, where Taft leads Holmes 14-0 at the half, and it's time to hear the second band of the night. Here's the Taft High School Raider Marching Band. about those Taft Raiders marching band? If you like the Taft to win our band grant, just text band 20 to 45203. That's band 20 to 45203. Great job by both bands tonight.
Thanks for watching the Cerritos Mexican Restaurant Halftime Show. Stay tuned for the second half kickoff.
We're about ready to kick off the second half. Good one here at Gustafson Stadium. Taft leads at 14-0, but a really well-played football game as the punters have done a great job keeping people in there into the field. Taft scored on their first play when they were in Holmes territory on this 45-yard touchdown pass to Michael Cooper, made it 7-0. They only got in Holmes territory one more time, and KJ Stevens capped off that drive with that 9-yard touchdown run to make it 14-0. And Chuck, as we look at the stats, Taft leads, but Holmes very much in this football game.
Well, they really are, Don. And the interesting thing to me is that Taft's defense has done a really nice job keeping everything in front of them so far and keeping the Huskies off the board. Holmes is going to have to take a few shots down the field. They need an explosive play, something to get them going. I mean, I thought defensively Holmes was really good too. It's just Taft has made a couple of big plays in this game, and that's been the difference.
The Holmes Huskies will take the second half kick, and they do. And it was Jake Lee on the return. Eddie Salas will send out his quarterback, James Valdez, and running back DeQuarian Haney. Wide receiver Quintravious Wright. They have weapons at all positions. But you're right, they have yet to strike a big play, and they're hoping their fortunes will change here in the third quarter. Wright is at the bottom of your screen. He's the long, tall receiver. Haney joins Valdez in the backfield, and it's Valdez on a quarterback keep. They like to run that play. He picks up about 3, and Adam Ruth, who's been all over the field tonight, makes the tackle yet again. Let's go down to the field, and Mike Hernandez, who also caught up with Eddie Salas on the sidelines. Mike?
I did, and he was a little frustrated, as you might imagine. At the same time, he thought that the team played pretty well. He said the defense most of the time bended but didn't break. He said on offense, though, they needed to convert. That was a bigger problem. They had some third and shorts. They came up short, and that was not good. So other than that, he was looking for some bigger plays, kind of open things up, as Chuck was talking about. The other thing, though, is what he said was they needed to stop number 4. They needed to get those linebackers to come up. They weren't coming up enough. Want to try to make them run a different play to stop number 4, to do something a little bit different. That's what they'd like to see Taft do on offense. He left us with this. He said on the board was written, "We didn't come this far just to come this far." He says, "I can't put it any better than that, kids." And they seemed to get really motivated. They were really pumped coming out of the locker room there. So let's see what they do on this first drive.
Well, they needed a conversion, and they got one right there as Valdez keeps on 3rd down and 3, and they stick with what they like to do, and that's that quarterback keeper. Gilbert McCluskey makes a tackle, but not before another Braceland first down, and the Huskies are on the move on their first drive, and they've driven it past midfield, and they're in Taft territory.
And I really like it. I mean, you talk about coming out of the halftime locker room with a lot of emotion. All they've done is 3 straight run plays and really just playing smash mouth.
Firing over to Quintravious Wright. He's got it. A host of Taft Raiders are there, led by Jordan Trimble. After a gain of about 3, that'll set up 2nd down and 7.
Outstanding pursuit by Taft that time, because that looked like that was going to go for more than it did, just about 1.5 yards. Q got a big block out there, but there's just too many Taft guys around the football.
They switch him to the other side. He's at the bottom of the screen. And Valdez hands it straight ahead to the running back, Haney. McCluskey makes the tackle, but a nice pickup and another Braceland first down as Holmes is on the move.
How about DeQuarian Haney? How good is this kid going to be in the years to come? Just a sophomore, and not the biggest kid right now. Obviously, a lot of it have to do with his age, but I mean, this young man runs with quickness and then really does a nice job finishing off some of these runs. So we talk about the first drive of the second half being the most important, the one that sets the tone for the entire final 2 quarters. And right now, Holmes has really come out and punching Taft in the mouth, quite frankly.
It'll be first down when we come back. Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium. James Valdez has his team on the move. The Holmes Huskies trailing Taft 14-0, but they've taken this second half kickoff and had 3 consecutive first downs. Changing the play, listening to the sideline. Coach Eddie Salas' staff. Haney back there. He's faked it. Valdez keeps. Gets across the 30 before Ruth makes the tackle. And Chuck, I tell you what, Valdez looks to run every single chance that he gets.
Well, this has kind of been a work in progress. They've been trying to coach him to be more of a runner, more of a thrower earlier in the year. Then we talked about had the high ankle sprain, knocked him out for a few games. So, you know, they're finding some success doing this.
Here he is again, right up the middle, following that offensive line inside the 25. Adam Ruth again with another tackle. I would venture to say double-digit tackles for Adam Ruth now early in the third quarter.
Well, you know, we can't say enough, and really we haven't said enough about the job that the Holmes offensive line does week in and week out. In fact, you know, just talking to the Taft coaches this week and Coach Davenport, he really said, boy, this group, you can tell they've been well coached. They play well together. And that was one of the things that Coach Salas was talking about all year long, that he was really proud of the way that these guys have stepped up. Of course, it starts with 62, Jay Cruz, who you've already mentioned is going to be playing in our All-Star game, but Willie Garza, 67, Leo Delgado, 72, playing in the middle. And then over on the right side, Willie Gonzalez and Thomas Torres, who's a senior out there at right tackle. So these guys are veteran, they're big, they play well together, and right now they are really making their presence felt on this drive.
Valdez slings it out to the right-hand side. That's Kieran McCall. Nice tackle that time by Chance Kane. Short gain, but it's the first time that we've seen Valdez do anything but run it, as they were just going to force Taft to stop it before they did something different.
Well, that's the one good thing you like to see from Holmes is, you know, you got to kind of mix it up too. They're having a lot of success pounding the ball up the middle, but you want to be able to stretch the field a little bit too in terms of making Taft defend the entire field.
Inside the Vantage red zone, there goes Valdez again. Valdez is loose and inside the 5, deep in the Vantage College red zone before Carlos Perdomo makes the tackle.
Well, this has been some kind of drive led by James Valdez, and you know, he gets the snap, and all of a sudden he's got some big boys out there throwing some blocks for him, but a lot of that was just simply on his own. Really tough running between the tackles by the quarterback.
Here's Valdez, a little zone read, gives it to Haney. To Quarian, maybe down to the 2-yard line. They're going to spot it down there, and Holmes wants to go quick. Running tempo, 2nd and goal. Valdez straight ahead. He runs it right down their throat. Touchdown, James Valdez. Touchdown, Holmes Huskies, and they are on the board for the first time tonight.
Boy, talk about taking momentum from whatever was said at halftime, and you already heard Mike Hernandez tell us they've come too far to stop. They're having a great start to their third quarter, there's no doubt, and James Valdez is pumped, as well he should be. These guys came out and ran it right down their throats.
Adair Nunez extra point is blocked, but they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. I don't know that they'll pick up. I think they'll pick this flag up since the kick was blocked. Here's Gerald Green. Unless it's an offsides, you can't rough the kicker if you get your hand on the football. And they just might have offsides because they want to talk to Eddie Salas. They want to kick it again. So there was some sort of penalty against Taft. Let's listen.
Running into the kicker. Half the distance to goal, replay the try.
All right.
I'm with you, partner. I thought once they blocked the kick, but obviously these guys know the rules a lot better than we do.
Unless he just kicked it low and hit his own guys in the back of the head. I don't know.
Either way, Holmes is going to get another crack at this thing.
Adair Nunez. Another chance. That one was nearly blocked, but it's up and it's good, and that makes a big difference as it's now 14-7. Taft with the lead. James Valdez running it right down the field on the Taft Raiders to get the Holmes Huskies within a touchdown. We got a football game at Gus. Don't leave us. We're coming right back.
Closed captioning of tonight's game is brought to you by Rodriguez Butcher Supply.
Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium. Taft on top of Holmes 14-7. As Valdez's 2-yard run caps off a nice 12-play, 64-yard drive. And now Taft will get a chance to answer as they'll get the football back.
Yeah, running right behind his center, Leo Delgado. Guy just clearing out some space. It's hard to do around the goal line. I mean, that was a lot easier than I think they thought it was when they dialed it up. But there's no doubt James Valdez, the senior, was on a mission on that drive and rightfully pumped up as he got into the end zone and cut this score in half. That's a huge start to this second half for the Holmes Huskies, and letting Taft know, all right, we showed you something to start the third quarter. Let's see what you got.
All right, so KJ Stevens will be back to receive this kick. They're not going to kick it to him. Instead, it'll be downed right there at the 35-yard line. Chance Kane with the kick. And that's one of the, I think that's one of the more disappointing developments in high school football that I've noticed over the last couple of years is because athletes are so good, there's been talk about eliminating the kickoff because of concussion reasons. They basically eliminated it because of field position read. Most teams are fine to give to somebody at the 35-yard line with that little pooch kick. It's taken away the excitement of the kick return for non-concussion reasons. It's interesting. Jace Hurt is lined up at wide receiver. They direct snap it to KJ Stevens, and he couldn't handle the snap, and turned out to be a loss on the play for the Taft Raiders as Miguel Leza and Benny Cruz were both there.
Yeah, but John Duhan again, 22. Gotta love the fight in this kid. We talked about the fact that he's already a ball player. They had him over on the wide receiver side this year after he played DB his junior and sophomore seasons. But this kid's playing with a broken bone, and he was back there to blow that thing up real early. He didn't make the tackle, but it's kind of hard when you're doing it with one hand. He's just playing with a lot of fight tonight.
2nd and 16 for the Raiders. Hurt, sprinting out, firing, got a man, and what a great catch by James Brook. Had to go low to get it, and he had his hands underneath it. Just a fantastic grab.
See, you like the catch? Guess what, man? I like the throw. Look at this. Rolling out to his left, going to take a pop. Throws it the only place that is the safe spot. Just down and out towards the sideline, and just a strike. Good play on both ends, though, for sure. Jace Hurt's been impressive.
Yeah, especially going against his body like that. 1st and 10, 6 minutes to go in the third. Here's KJ Stevens, still on his feet. And now he's brought down, and they'll blow it dead. Ethan Ramirez there to make the tackle.
Yeah, Mefford again, 94. My goodness, this guy he's stout, he's quick, and boy, he's had himself a whale of a ball game over there on the right side for the Holmes Huskies.
Senior nose tackle as you look at our UIW Smile Cam, earn a degree of difference at the University of the Incarnate Word. Smile Cam.
You know, Robert Perez, 98, such a tremendous athlete over on the left side. He commands a lot of double teams, so a lot of times he's taking the pressure off his teammates.
Here's Stevens up the middle, has room, spins out of a tackle, gets across the 45. Nice gain of about 7.
Yeah, popped through the first line of defense and then really showed his power on the back end. Really was going to be a 3rd and long situation if he didn't pick that up. Now made it 3rd and manageable.
Very much so, 3rd and 2. Cooper lines up at the bottom of the screen, opposite Anthony Mata. Got a big height advantage. KJ Stevens is back there, and he's got it. He's got the first down and more. Stevens across the 30. Stevens to the 20. Stiff arm down to the 17-yard line. KJ Stevens before Mark Sauceda finally brings him down.
Holmes trying to load up and really stop the ball up the middle. Instead, Taft decides to run it to the left side, and all kinds of room for KJ Stevens. We already know how talented a running back he is. You can't give him that kind of space.
Very nice run for KJ. Jace Hurt getting the play from Coach Brian Davenport. KJ will get a rest as Nasser Johnson is the tailback.
Yeah, KJ now over 100 yards for the ball game rushing.
David Ariano also in there as Hurt keeps, strings it out. And another great job by that Holmes defense. Ethan Ramirez rides him out of bounds.
Yep, too many guys over there just really holding the edge, making sure that Jace Hurt had nowhere to go with his feet that time. Really nice job by Holmes, keeping it where it is, and it's going to be 2nd and a long way to go for these Taft Raiders.
It'll be 2nd down and 13. The ball spotted right outside our Vantage College red zone on the 22-yard line. And on 2nd down here, this might be a time to dial up Michael Cooper. Instead, they hand to KJ. KJ pops it. KJ Stevens going to score easily. Touchdown, Taft Raiders.
Well, anything you could do, I can do better, say the Taft Raiders. Holmes goes down, starts the 3rd quarter, going the length of the field, capping it off with 6. And when Taft needed a drive to counter, they call on number 4, and this is just way too easy. Look at, again, the big boys on the left side pulling out there, giving him some extra blocks. And then once he got to the 2nd line of defense, he cut it back to the left and waltzes into the end zone for another touchdown.
Moreno's extra point is going to be blown dead before the kick, as we're going to have offsides on Holmes. Is that a free kick and good? Or do you do it again?
Offside, defense. Half the distance to goal, replay the try.
So they blew it dead on an offsides call. And they'll do it again. And we've got another whistle. And now we've got a false start.
False start. Offense. 5-yard play. Penalty. Replay the try.
Gerald getting it all figured out for us.
He's having to snicker at this too. He's like, really? Come on, guys. Let's get this right. Now we joke, but man, these extra points are huge in this game.
High snap. That one's up, and it's good from Moreno. And it's 21-7. KJ Stevens, all smiles. His team's up 2 scores. This one far from over on Thursday Night Lights. Welcome back to Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights. It's 21-7 Taft after another KJ Stevens touchdown. Great athlete out here tonight. 22 yards on that one. And that drive went 7 plays for 65 yards. KJ Stevens now 162 yards rushing on 31 carries. 21.
Got to work that horse, man. That's your bread and butter guy right there. He's having a whale of a ball game, and again, getting a lot of help from the guys that block around him. So now the ping pong match continues. We'll see what Holmes has in store because they've got a counter.
Yeah, the interesting thing about Holmes' offense and the way they scored on that last drive is 2 touchdowns down. It's going to be tough for them to continue to run the football that much using that quarterback keeper and preserve clock time, trying to come back from behind. Nice return by Jake Lee, the sophomore wide receiver. And we'll see what the Huskies do with their offense here. They're still going to probably need a big play strike to Quintravious Wright before this thing's over with, or some sort of big long run maybe by Haney or by Valdez, but still plenty of time. 4:02 to go in the third.
Yeah, you're right. There is still plenty of time, but you know, that's the thing with long drives too. There's a lot of things that can go wrong when you're needing 3 downs to move the sticks every time.
Here's Valdez. Ruth blows that up from behind. He was the last one there, but boy, he makes his presence felt when he arrives.
Yeah, and you could see Taft committing more guys to stop the run now. And more guys in the box, and you know, they're looking at 2 guys right now that can beat them. 11 and 3, and they're both in the backfield. If you're Taft, you want to see these guys put the ball in the air.
2nd down and 7 for Holmes. They throw it out to Jake Lee, who's got it. He's got near the 1st down. I think they'll move the sticks. Gilbert McCluskey, the defensive back there to make the tackle, but it's a 1st down for the Holmes Huskies.
Well, you can see why Jake Lee is on the football field. He's got a lot of speed. They flip it out to him, and then watch, he commits real early on this, knowing exactly where he needs to go, and puts his head down and rumbles forward after contact for a couple of yards to move the chains.
Haney goes in motion. They run a little reverse.
Got a pull.
Sergio Estrada. Estrada picks up 8 or 9, and a nice little wrinkle there from the Holmes coaching staff.
Yeah, we talked about that this week, that Coach Salas was going to junk up the playbook a little bit and, you know, give the kids a little something extra to play for this week. It's always exciting when your coach is going to tell you, hey, we're going to run some gadget plays and run some trick plays and add some things to the playbook as you move forward in the season.
2nd and 2. Haney again in motion. They throw it to him. He's got a blocker. He's got the 40, and he cuts back inside, still on his feet before he's wrestled down, but a nice 1st down. Braceland 1st down, and Haney pops up and runs back. He's fired up.
Yeah, and Jake Lee, you know, we saw him make the catch in the 1st down on the previous play. There he is out there throwing a key block to help spring his guy.
Holmes getting the play from the sidelines. And Kiernan McCall to the top of your screen. Wright is at the bottom, and it's a keeper for Valdez. Dives forward for about 4. Ruth again there on the tackle.
We talked about Holmes, and while they really wanted to concentrate on execution, and they've been really flawless since the start of this 3rd quarter. A lot of rhythm to what they're doing right now.
Jake Lee on a bubble screen. He's yanked down by the helmet. No flag. Ellie Salas is going crazy. Wants to know why that was not a penalty. And Jordan Trimble brought him down. Somebody looked like he brought him down by the face mask.
Well, it was high. Let's just see how high. Yep, you got it.
No call. Boy, big break there for the Taft Raiders. 3rd down and 6. Salazar, straight drop, going down the sidelines, got a man, and it's incomplete. So he was looking for Kiernan McCall, and Eddie Salas has an interesting decision. Down 2 touchdowns, ball spotted inside the 40. Is it 4-down territory? And it is. He's going to leave his offense out there.
Great job by Malik Randolph, number 6 for Taft on that last pass play. I mean, he was stride for stride and had leverage all the way and forced the quarterback to throw the ball up the sideline.
4th down and 6. Huge play for the Holmes Huskies here. They're going to look for Quintravious Wright. Instead, they throw the out route, and it was nearly tipped. We're looking for McCall. Trimble was right between McCall and the quarterback, and he made 2 big plays on this drive.
Yeah, look at the size, a big number. Who was that, 80 or 88 on there?
88, I do believe.
Moultrie, it's a big kid, long arms. Got a piece of that and broke it up, so Taft is going to get the football back.
Big stop by the Taft Raiders. They've got the football with 1:11 to play in the third and a 2-touchdown lead. And they run their quarterback, Jace Hurt, outside as a receiver, and it's going to be a direct snap to KJ Stevens. Didn't do much the last time they tried this. Maybe a yard or 2 here.
Yeah, if you're ever going to gamble as a defense, I think that's the time. Now, we'll see if Taft's got something up their sleeve for later in this football game, because there's no doubt when they decide they're going to do that Wildcat stuff, Holmes is selling out to stop number 4 as well. They should. Until proven otherwise. Let's see if the kid's got an arm on him. He might be able to go deep and get him napping on the back end.
Here comes Hurt back in at quarterback. Michael Cooper is at the bottom of your screen. There's a turn and a hand to KJ Stevens. He still has, watch out, KJ Stevens getting to the corner. KJ Stevens all the way down to the Holmes 36-yard line. Cipriano Sierra runs him out of bounds, but not before a huge gain of 27 yards for KJ Stevens.
And they may get him for a late hit out of bounds too. I think there's a hanky down there on the sideline, but what an incredible run. And tell you what, going to call him for a penalty. I don't think he knew where he was on the field. That was just good, clean hustle, because he was coming from the other side of the field.
Fellas, I don't know if we can get another look at this, but watch the move that KJ makes when he puts the brakes on halfway through this run to cut outside. Just an amazing stop and start right there, going sideways.
Yeah, I mean, look at the amount of separation he created right there from would-be tackler to just a guy that's going to have to watch him run down the sideline.
Here's a keeper for Hurt up the middle. Got a nice gain all the way inside the Vantage College red zone. Ethan Ramirez on the tackle, but Taft is now bowing up and driving it down the throat of the Holmes Huskies defense. There you see the numbers on KJ Stevens. 23 carries, closing in on a 200-yard gain and 2 touchdowns. And that's the end of the third quarter. KJ Stevens and the Taft Raiders lead Holmes 21-7, and they're threatening to add to it when we come back, when we start the fourth quarter. Welcome back. Taft up 21-7. We're starting the fourth quarter here on Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights, and another look at KJ Stevens' ability to just stop on a dime and cut back outside. He's got strength, he's got speed, he loves contact. Loves to take on tacklers head on at the end of runs. And that 229 yards, he's got 191 of them. And here's Hurt being run down from behind, but he breaks out of it. Hurt's gonna score. Touchdown. Or did they mark him short? Touchdown.
Just a player making a play. Jace Hurt, I mean, I thought he was going to get clipped from behind there. He broke through the arm tackles, but that's not easy to do when a guy's got your ankles wrapped up.
Right here, he looks like he was dead to rights, and he got out of it.
And was able to keep his balance and then turn it upfield and smelled goal line, too. That was an impressive run.
Extra point is up and good, and Taft opens up their lead to 28-7. The Taft Raiders trying to live to play another day on Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights. They were fired up at the Taft Pep Rally, and it's carried over here. It looks like the Taft Raiders are on their way to playing Warren next week in a play-in game for the playoffs. The Holmes Huskies are going to need to turn things around quickly here, down 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. They've got the athletes who can do it. Jake Lee and Quintravious Wright are back deep to receive the kick, as they're having a good time over there at Taft today. Jace Wright getting looked at. He may have a little bit of a carpet burn after that dive for the goal line.
Yeah, he looks like he's looking at something over there,
something on his
doesn't it?
finger or something on the hand. A fair catch called for and caught by Kieran McCall. Holmes will need to score quickly and often.
And we talked about so much at stake tonight for really both of these programs. I mean, Taft hasn't been in the postseason since '07, and it has been since the 2000 year for the Holmes Huskies. But still, you know, even with what's going on tonight, Eddie Salas is going to have a chance next week. They're going to have a chance to win their 5th ball game. And you know, we talk about what Coach Salas has done here in his 4th year, and you can see this program making strides. And really, throughout that entire campus, there's been an uptick in all the sports. I mean, the basketball team was really good last year. Of course, the baseball team went out and just dominated 28-6A last year. So a lot of good things happening at the Holmes High School. And these guys really should be proud of the year that they've had to this point. I mean, it's been surprising to a lot of people, probably not surprising to them.
All right, here's a little squibber to Jake Lee. Jake Lee's got some room. Jake Lee pops through, got one man to beat, but doesn't, and that will be short of the 40-yard line. James Brooks makes the tackle.
Well, Jake Lee had himself a nice ball game tonight, hasn't he?
24-yard return there, and he was one tackler away from taking it to the house.
You see his speed, and that's normally what's the case with the high school level. When you see freshmen or sophomores playing at this level, it's usually because they run well. Either that or they're bigger than everybody else.
First down and 10 for the Holmes Huskies. Down 28-7. Valdez fires outside. It's caught, and doing a good job bringing him down is Kieran McCall. Kieran McCall is the receiver.
Taft still doing a really nice job trying to send a lot of people number 6's direction and take him out of this football game.
Valdez wants to throw again, and that time he aeromails it looking for DeQuarian Haney. I told you earlier that Jace Hurt has a fan section of about 10 deep. I don't know how many. Mike Hernandez will tell us how many people are wearing the Taft number 5 jersey, but Mike's with his parents right now. Mike?
He's having a big game. These are mom and dad. Introduce yourselves, guys. Paul Hurt.
And Lori Hurt.
All right, and your sisters?
Yes.
Sister and friends and cousins and relatives and a guy. And little brother, how you doing? All right, he's having a wonderful game tonight, and Taft is looking good. You guys got to be proud.
Oh, we're very proud. He's been. We just got the ball back, I think. Yeah, he's been playing this game since he was 4 years old, so we're real proud. Real proud.
And Dad, what's the next step for him?
Well, we got to get through this game here, and then we got one more. And then after that,
college ball.
College ball.
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Oh,
Nebraska.
Yep, starting quarterback. The quarterback right there is from San Antonio, and we have another one coming up from San Antonio. Guarantee it.
Well, I'm a Husker fan too, so I was actually stationed. I was stationed there many years ago at Offutt Air Force Base. Really? All right. So, did you guys get like special pricing on the jerseys, or did you buy them in bulk, or what?
On bottom. Early Christmas present.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for sharing your stuff.
Yes. Here comes his little nephew.
Oh, we got another one. Hi. How you doing? Don't mind us. We're leaving.
All right, thanks, Mom.
Turn around so they can see you on TV. Say hi. Back to you guys.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, the Hurt family fired up. course, Tommy Armstrong Jr., the quarterback from Steele, who's done a great job there at Nebraska.
Yeah, set all kinds of touchdown records passing the ball up there this year and wrapping up his career as a senior. And we know why Jace Hurt runs so well, man. He's probably in that house with that many kids running around. He's got to run around to get his meal.
Huskers, Mike Riley doing a good job turning that program around this year.
Our old buddy.
Not a better guy on the planet than
right.
Mike Riley. Here's KJ Stevens cutting it upside. He fumbled the football. It's out. It's loose. Who's got it? Looks like Taft recovered. Ethan Ramirez may have caused it.
Yeah, let's see if KJ got his own ball back. If he did, he's one lucky hombre.
He sure did.
Boy, that's a huge break for Taft because Holmes, you know, they're out there trying to do that, strip the ball as much as they can. They need a big turnover here. Try to get their ball back to the offense. Down 3 scores with under 10 minutes left to go in this football game.
KJ Stevens now, 24 carries, 198 yards. He's just 2 yards short of 200. Hurt with a nice job of dancing out of that tackle and moves forward for about 6 more. Mark Sauceda on the tackle as Jace Hurt has this Taft offense running in high gear. At this point, they'll be happy to keep it on the ground, rack up first downs if they can, and run clock.
There you talk about playing the quarterback position and all that it entails. We could talk about the stats and, you know, how his throwing percentage has been great all year. His touchdown to interception ratio has been amazing. He's done well when asked to run the football, but I mean, this guy's managing this football game as well as anybody we've seen all year do the job at that spot.
Second down. There's a handoff for a big loss. Nasser Johnson has it, but a good job by the Holmes defense to blow it up. And Christian Brewer is in there. Holmes defense, very impressive. It's 28 points are on the board for Taft, but Holmes' defense has been very solid all night.
How do you do that?
Without throwing up at the end. I'd be so dizzy.
Oh, yeah, I don't even want to get into all the things that could possibly go wrong if you and I were to try that.
Not fun. Michael Cooper, bottom of your screen on 3rd and 4. They look the other way. Hurt fires. It's caught. And falling forward right at the stick is James Brooks. This is measurement territory. And they're going to move it. Move the chains. First down for Mark Sauceda. That's a prompt to immediate care first down. And nice job by James Brooks to show a little second effort at the very end of that play to make sure he got the ball across the marker.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, I think you talked about this when we were doing the UTSA game last week. It's like, how many times have you seen a receiver not run or get as far as he needs to in order to move the chains? This is good football IQ right there.
Hurt running it himself again, cuts inside, he may go. Jace Hurt, one man to beat. Forced out of bounds right at about the 12-yard line. Cipriano Sierra came over to push him out, but another huge gain for the Taft offense. 43 yards by Jace Hurt.
Just great vision. You got guys losing their hats on the field. Cuts it outside, then back inside. And once again, I can't say enough good things about this Holmes team and how hard they fight and how hard they play. I mean, that was once again, you see another kid. You know, Cipriano was on the other side of the field, and he's the guy that's still fighting to the end here. If he doesn't come across the field, that's another touchdown on the board, and the Holmes Huskies ain't going down without a fight.
Whistles blow. And we got to delay a game against Taft.
Tell you what, there's somebody with a really
Somebody's
good voice.
singing.
America's Got Talent somewhere down there.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a choir leader or...
I don't know. Yeah, I think I see the lady down there. There she is.
Touchdown, Taft. Whatever she did worked. Nasser Johnson goes in to score. And that'll pretty much put it away here in the fourth quarter.
It's her singing for your supper, but singing for some six.
Nasser Johnson was in for KJ Stevens, gets a touchdown. Good for him. Marino will add the extra point. It is up, it is good. It is 35-7, and Taft is starting to run away with their chance to meet Warren next week in the play-in game. Nasser Johnson scores his first touchdown of the year, and Taft in total control. Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium. Taft on top of Holmes, 35-7. The Taft Raiders, it looks like, will move on, and they will also receive the prize tonight from Monarch Trophy Studio. If you're looking for plaques or trophies, great for corporate events, just call Monarch at 344-3777 or visit Monarch on the web there at mtsawards.com. Jace Hurt driving those Taft Raiders for another touchdown. Basically putting that one away. Holmes will have 7 minutes to try to make a miracle happen here.
Well, there's always something to play for, always something you can learn, even late in a football game. Who's going to quit? Who's going to go home? Let's see if we can make something of this last 7:23. And again, you know, even though they're not going to get to play Warren next week for a chance to extend their season, they're going to have a chance to play Jay to have a 5-win season for the first time in over 15 years. So that's really saying something.
Jaquarian Haney keeping it, still on his feet, bounces out of a tackle and is still going near the first down marker. They'll finally blow it down there, but nice job.
Gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Angel Berganzo making the tackle.
It's a sophomore doing all that stuff.
They're running the football a lot tonight. Back in 2012, Gilbert Garcia passed for a TNL record through the air. Got a lot of help from his receivers as he threw for 359 yards and 2 touchdowns when Holmes beat Marshall on that TNL flashback. 45-14 was the final.
Yeah, I remember we were both impressed with Gilbert Garcia's arm strength. He was back there throwing darts that night.
We've seen some unbelievable performances over the last 4 or 5 years. Valdez is dropped by Adam Ruth. Have we ever made it Moultrie? Have we ever given the trophy to a player from the losing team?
I don't remember.
Have we given a defensive player award to a player from the defense?
You know, I'm one of those guys that can't remember.
I mean, KJ Stevens has to be a nominee, but I mean, the numbers he's put up are undeniable. But I would also vote for 28. Ruth has done a fantastic job for. That's a pick. Look out. Chance Kane read it the whole way. Chance Kane cuts it back. Chance Kane to the 5. Willie Garza stayed with him to run him down, but another interception, this time from the Taft defense.
I know, Don, as impressive as that interception was, and it was, that was an offensive lineman hustling down there to make that play and to try to keep him out of the end zone. I mean, again, I think when Coach Salas looks at the tape of this game, I mean, he's going to see fight from start to finish.
That's a great play by 67.
I mean, come on, you got to tip. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
That is a nice effort by 67. Big Willie Garza trucked down there, never gave up on it, made a tackle.
Well, This goes back to what we've talked about, week in and week out, where you can see teams that have been coached and how they play and the kind of kids and character that they're building at these schools. And, we really raved about Eddie Salas and the job he did the last time we were doing their game when they beat Harlandale back in September. It just goes to show you, you got a kid playing football at Holmes High School, he's in pretty good hands with Eddie Salas as the head coach.
Brandon Arden, the tailback on that last carry. They're also running Julian De Hoyos, quarterback. We're having church down there on the Taft sideline. I think Mike Hernandez needs to interview her. Let her sing us in the fourth quarter. She's good. Here's a handoff. Arden straight ahead to the 2. Might send this tape to the producers at NBC on The Voice.
Yeah, and she doesn't need a microphone, that's for sure, too, man. The young lady can really belt it out there.
Everybody having a good time on that Taft sideline.
Yeah, it's like, don't stop now.
Play clock down to 8. On third down, I think they're going to let it run out. And they do with 4:39 to go. This is a classy move by Brian Davenport. Not trying to run it up. He'll fine on third down there to take the penalty and move it back 5 yards. And if that last call was any indication, he might just, on third and fourth down, hand it off to his backup running backs right up the middle and see what happens.
Yeah, Brian Davenport also, with a chance to eclipse their win total from last year with a win tonight. We talked about how tough their schedule's been, and they're getting healthy and they're getting right at the right time. They're going to have a huge matchup next week. I know they're going to be thrilled about.
Arden has his hat come off, so he's got to come off. As the clock ticks down inside of 4 minutes, Matthew Ramirez on the tackle. It's fourth down, and he will not run his field goal team out there to add to it. He'll just run another play here. Now, the kids that are out there, no question about it. Their number 2s out there, they're trying to score. But he's going to also not do anything tricky and just let his guys do their best and see if the Holmes defense can stop them.
Coach Davenport doing a really nice job this year. And you talk about this game tonight, Don. What a clean game they have played. Haven't done anything to beat themselves at all.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, Taft in total control, up 35-7 here at Gustafson Stadium. Taft with the football, 3:37 to play. It's fourth down and goal for the Raiders as they've had a penalty to back them up. And Coach Brian Davenport has his 2s in, his backups. De Hoyos is the quarterback. Arden is one running back. And on fourth down, Holmes will try to keep him out of the end zone. It's Arden straight up the middle, and Arden's going to score. Touchdown, Raiders. Brandon Arden right up the middle. And that makes it 41-7, and they'll have a chance to make it 42.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of cool, Don. You get a chance to see, you know, maybe a young man that doesn't get a chance to play as much as he probably want to, but he's out there working hard every day and doing his thing. And, you know, the senior gets in there for the touchdown, and it was so cool to see the Taft sideline erupt, because you could tell those are the kinds of kids that make your football team. You know, glue guys. You got to have everybody. It takes a whole team to make, you know, whether you're going to be successful or not successful. But, you know, you go through the grind of a football season, blood, sweat, and tears, and you're out here busting your fanny with your buddies. And
good to see everybody get
man,
pay
that's
off.
what I'm talking about. I mean, it's the camaraderie you build with these guys. It doesn't matter, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors. I mean, you're a team, you're a unit. Look at that. Great scene.
Every time the Taft Raiders were down in that red zone, they were getting a little extra inspiration. And here on Church's Chicken Thursday Night Lights, The Voice edition, we send it down to Mike Hernandez.
All right. So, hi, Shamika.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Now, Shamika, you say you have a son?
Yes, I have a son, Jordan Trimble, number 9.
All right. He's having a pretty good game?
Yes, he is. Having a wonderful night.
So we got to tell you, we could actually hear you singing from all the way up there and out here.
Wow, that's amazing.
So you have to sing for us, okay? Would you do that?
I will.
All right, here you go.
Okay.
All right, I'm not going to give you, I'll hold the mic for you.
All right. All right, y'all ready? Go, Raiders! Go, Raiders!
I want to find out.
That was fantastic.
I want to find out what church she's singing at Sunday. That's where I'm going.
That's right. That's right.
I want to know if Jordan can sing.
Good stuff. A lot of smiles for the Taft Raiders, and Jordan Trimble's like, I can hear my mom all the way from the varsity game. It's one thing to hear him in the 4th grade in flag football, but it's another to hear him all the way in a varsity football game. Jordan's down there like, yeah, that's my mom.
That's right. Our producer, Chris Gottfus, is wondering if she asked him to clean his room while singing. That'd be awesome. Go clean your room.
That'd be the nicest way to ever go clean your room.
Oh, you're going to be on restriction.
Something tells me that's not how she acts at that point.
I know. Lord knows I can't sing, but that's good stuff.
But just in case anybody doubted it, you just proved it.
That's cool. I mean, she's into it. I mean, everybody was digging it too, man. That's awesome.
It was. Highlight of the year on TNL. 2:35 to play. 41-7 Taft. The star of the game, Jordan Trimble's mom.
That's right. We're going to give her the
trophy. Handoff right up the middle to Marquise Jones, junior tailback. We tick inside of 2 minutes, and Kenyon Unger making the tackle. So let's reset it for you. What's going to happen here in the district? And I'm glad I've got Mark Kusenberger sitting right beside me. But Brennan and Brandeis played in the Zone A division, and Brennan won that division. And so they'll play O'Connor for the district championship, the outright district championship. Brandeis will also go to the playoffs. Those will be the top 3 teams. And then Warren and the winner of this game, which will be the Taft Raiders, will play next Thursday night, or next Friday night, next week sometime. And the winner of that game will be your 4th place representative in this district. And I believe we are going to have next week the Brennan O'Connor game for the district championship.
Yeah, we're still waiting to hear the particulars on that, but certainly at this point, on this night, all signs lead to that at this point.
Again, my abacus calculator
I don't even
Mark
know what that is.
Kusenberger, Chris Kotfus, we're all crunching the numbers and doing the data. Nate Silver, Real Clear Politics polls, calculating it all up to try to figure it out. Marquise Jones on the carry. Mark Kusenberger telling me that Brandeis is not necessarily in, that Brandeis will play Stevens most likely for a playoff spot depending on what else happens this week. So still a lot to be determined here in this district, but those are some of the scenarios as Jones goes forward for a few more.
Yeah, we saw Brandeis earlier this year. It was fun to watch them too because they had a lot of first-year starters and a lot of guys that were getting their feet wet at the varsity level for the first time, but all those guys grew up pretty quickly. Mason Corbett at quarterback.
Yeah.
The running back showed up well that night.
Big 64 Willie Gonzalez going to limp off. He's coming back next year, a junior. 40 seconds to go as Mario De Leon is quarterbacking. He turns and hands it to Marquise Jones, and Jones is inside the 30 as we tick inside of 30 seconds to go. Clock stops to move the chains. And Holmes is going to try to put up 6 more with their second unit. Quarterback keeping all the way to the near side, stays inbounds, and that'll take us inside of 15 seconds, and Holmes might have one more play in him. Miguel Trevino on the tackle. They'll line it up with 9. Last play of the football game is fumbled. It's still loose, and that's going to do it. Whistle blows and zeros on the clock, and the Taft Raiders stay alive to play another day. They will likely play Warren next week for a chance to stay alive for the playoffs. The Taft Raiders behind a huge night from KJ Stevens on the ground. 198 yards and 2 touchdowns for number 4. And Brian Davenport's squad will hoist the Monarch Trophy when we come back. Very competitive football game, score a little bit misleading, but it's Taft who will live on to play for a playoff spot. We're back with our post-game show right after this.
Welcome to the Church's Chicken post-game report, presented by Protection One Security Solutions.
Taft, the big winner here tonight, 41-7. Time to hand out the hardware. Let's go right down to the field to Mike Hernandez.
All right, thank you, guys. First, congratulations to the Taft Raiders. Big win tonight. What do you think? I know this win had a lot of playoff implications, and I'll be talking to the coach more about that, but you guys just were solid offensively, defensively. You did everything you need to. Before we give out the MVP trophy, I do want to highlight a couple of other players. Linebacker number 28, Adam Ruth. Stellar game. It's like you were riding a bike or a motorcycle up and down the field and everybody else was just walking. Congratulations. And also to number 5, your quarterback, Jace Hurt. Not only did Jace have a great game, but you have a whole squad of number 5s up there, jerseys in the stands there. So congratulations to you as well. All right, your MVP for tonight is a young gentleman who ran for 198 yards, scored 2 touchdowns. KJ Stevens, number 4. Come on up here, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was a heck of a game. Seems like you guys, they could not stop you going up the middle. It just seemed like they fought that the entire game. Talked to the coach at halftime. He said, we got to stop number 4. We got to bring the linebackers up. They wanted to bring extra people on the field. Nothing was going to work tonight, though. It was all about you.
Yes, sir. Both sides of the ball executed. It was an offense and defensive game.
All right, so what do you think about now that you're winning, chances of moving on in the playoffs?
We got Warren next. We got to get ready for Warren.
Got to get ready for Warren. So what do you think about them?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what's up. We'll see.
All right, turn around here so your fans here can give you a big round of applause. How about it? KJ Stevens, number 4. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Big win.
Very big win.
You said before the game you expected a tough game, and that's what you got.
You know, it was kind of a nick and tuck right there, and 14-7 or 14-0 half. They come out and go down 14-7. You know, I'm really proud of high school football right now. I'm proud of our Raiders. I'm proud of the Huskies. Coach Solis and them did a great job with their kids, getting them ready. You know, we just fortunate to come out on top.
Yeah, well, it was a real solid game, and it seems like you guys are starting to really start to roll. What do you think now with Warren coming up next week?
Well, that's always a big one. You know, we've got some history with Warren. I know we played a couple years back, and it was a one-point game, and so it's going to be nothing different than what we have. Warren's very well coached. Coach Dowd and his staff do a great job, and you know they've put themselves in a position as well. So it's the beauty of the zone play. Here we are, and we're playing for that 4th slot.
Yeah, what do you think about that zone play?
I'm enjoying it. I mean, there's a lot of good things that come through this. You know, with a big district, sometimes you know you can not develop and not see who you are until you get there, but kind of looks and see who's playing well at the end as well.
All right, well, congratulations to you and your team. I'm going to go ahead and want to present you with our Thursday Night Lights Champions Trophy, and I'll let you present it to your young players there. There you go. Here's your winners tonight. The Taft Raiders, winners 41-7 over the Holmes Huskies. You guys are going to be quiet? More like it. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. Taft will live to play another day against the Warren Warriors next week. I did not know this, but did you know that Warren chose purple as their colors because it was a new school and they drew from Taft's kids and from Jay kids, and Taft was red and Jay was blue, and red and blue make purple. That's why the Warren Warriors chose purple.
I didn't know that, and I didn't know that red and blue make purple.
Time for our pick and pull collision of the game. Happened real late, and it really was after the play. It was after Nasser Johnson scored that final touchdown, and I don't know if you call it a late hit, but an accidental collision of the game. You know, sometimes collisions are accidents. And that is our pick and pull collision of the game. We'll wrap it up when we come back. Welcome back. It's time to wrap it up. Taft over Holmes 41-7. Post-game show continues, and now it's time for our Night Office Solutions Play of the Night. Brought to you by Mitch Huffman and the folks over at Night Office Solutions. Right off the bat, Michael Cooper's touchdown catch from Jace Hurt. A beautiful ball, beautiful catch, and that is our Night Office Solutions Play of the Night. It was a much closer game than the score indicates through 2.5 quarters. Good football game at the half as the Holmes Huskies gave Taft all they could handle early before the Raiders pulled away. Let's take a look at the highlights. And Chuck, this was the one that we just saw from Cooper. It got him going, but Holmes really woke up and answered after this touchdown run by Stevens made it 14-0.
Touchdown, and it looked like it was going to be, hey, game on. But, you know, we talked about Holmes and their ability to play smash mouth to get into the end zone on that drive. Well, then right back comes Taft, and it was all virtually on the ground. A lot of running, not only by KJ, but also by Jace Hurt, getting into the end zone. Really nice job by the Taft Raiders matching smash mouth with smash mouth. And it was, like I said, a lot of this stuff coming on the ground tonight for Taft and really exerting their force, especially in that second half.
41-7 ends up being the final score as Chance Kane set up this 7-yard touchdown run by Brandon Arden to cap off the scoring. But again, a good effort by the Holmes Huskies, nothing to hang their hats about. And they'll play one more against Jay next week. And as we look at the final stats, those rushing yards with KJ Stevens putting up almost 200 really a big difference in this ball game.
Yeah, I mean, they're able to control the clock and really control the line of scrimmage in that second half. And again, you know, this game once upon a time was 14-7, and then Taft rolls off 27 unanswered. So when they got pushed to start the third quarter, they countered with their first drive of the second half, went right down the field, and really could not be stopped in the second half.
You know, the triumvirate, we call it, of the Sinclair stations in San Antonio, the CW35, News 4, WAI, and Fox 29. We own college football and high school football and pro football in the San Antonio market. And here's what we got coming up this week on Fox 29. West Virginia ranked 10th in the country in a Big 12 showdown against Oklahoma State. We got that for you at 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. And then on the CW35, we got all kinds of football. We got Boston College and North Carolina State in an ACC showdown. That's on the CW at 11:30 on Saturday. A busy day at the Dome. Well, first of all, on News 4 at 2:30, we got Notre Dame football. So we got the Fighting Irish taking on the Miami Hurricanes. Boy, that brings back some great memories, doesn't it?
It sure does. And then, of course, we'll have Notre Dame inside the Dome in a couple of weeks.
And speaking of the Dome, Saturday at 6, it's the alma mater, North Texas, against UTSA. We got Roadrunner football, and I'm going to be very objective in this Conference USA battle. In fact, I'll wear an orange tie to offset my North Texas alumni status.
Don't worry, you can home for North Texas, I'll home for UTSA, and we'll counterpunch each other.
On Fox 29 on Sunday, we got the Redskins and Bengals playing at 8 a.m., the Lions and Texans at noon, and Chuck's Packers against the Atlanta Falcons at 3 o'clock. So a triple header on Fox 29, and then we got Sunday Night Football with Dak Prescott and company hosting Philadelphia. David Chancellor will be making the trip for us. So we'll have Sunday Night Football on News 4, and then stick around because on News 4, after the game, only we give you 90 minutes of Cowboys postgame with News 4 San Antonio at 10 o'clock. Randy Beamer and Evie Ramos will anchor that. Then Sports Sunday following that, and SA Sports Nation and our friends at the Express News. So stay up till like 1 o'clock in the morning watching Cowboys postgame. And then next Thursday, Chuck, we're still trying to figure it all out, but we know we're going to have
an ending.
A Northside playoff game either here or at Ferris, and that'll wrap up our TNL season, and it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, indeed. I mean, it's hard to believe that we're already going into the last week of this.
Chris Kotfuss is our producer extraordinaire for Chuck McAtinnick and Mike Hernandez down on the sidelines. Derek Machen, the intern, our spotter, statistician extraordinaire, Mark Kusenberger. For Jordan Trimble's mom, who was the star of the show, and for everybody putting TNL on the air. As always, we'll see you next week for that playoff game. Good night, and God bless.